For numbers 3 and 4, we can clearly see that we have a division symbol instead of a multiplication symbol, and that always should tell us to invert and multiply. So the kind of catchphrase for this section here is invert and multiply. Invert and multiply when you have a division symbol. Division symbol. So the division symbol should tell you to do three things. You have a dot, a line, and a dot. You switch them. So invert and multiply, you don't invert the first fraction, you keep the first fraction the same, v plus 1 times v plus 2, and then you're multiplying, you're going to flip over the second fraction. You may remember that from years past. You flip the second fraction so the denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. You could have canceled there first. Yes, I see that now, but I'm already committed. I didn't notice that in the beginning. I was so consumed with the division symbol there. So remember from our last video, though, that when you see a multiplication symbol there, it's like you're just going to go ahead and connect the fractions. And so anything up on top can be canceled with anything, meaning factors. Any factor on top can be canceled with any factor, a like factor on the bottom. So v plus 2, we can see we have a v plus 2 on top and bottom. We have another v plus 2 on top and bottom. And we're left with a v minus 3 up on top. Can't cancel with anything, and neither can the v plus 1 downstairs. And so we have v minus 3 over v plus 1. And that becomes the answer. That's the most simplified form for that expression. We're simplifying these expressions. We're rewriting them. They have the same exact value, but we're rewriting them in a simpler form. All right, so again, I urge you to pause the video and try number 4 on your own. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to get a little bit more clever on this one. Maybe that's not so clever. Maybe it's, I won't do that. I was going to cancel these first, but I think maybe it might be easier for you to see it if we do it all at once. So we're going to invert and multiply. So we see a division symbol, invert and multiply. So we're going to invert the second fraction only, not the first fraction, just the second one. And we have n minus 2 times n plus 3 now up on top, and then the 2 times the n plus 3 down on the bottom. And that's not too much work. I guess we can handle that. And we can see we can now cancel. Remember that multiplication symbol, we get to extend the fraction bars. Now anything on top can cancel with anything on the bottom. We have an n plus 3 up on top and bottom that gets to cancel. And we can see we have a 2 up on top and bottom as well that can cancel. And we've canceled every term down below. Again, we replace the canceled terms with 1s. And so don't replace it with a 0. There's something still there. It's a 1 that's still there. And then we have an n minus 2 up on top divided by a 1. And we don't have to write that over 1, but it is over 1. So maybe I should write that here, n minus 2 over 1, which is just n minus 2, and that's the most simple way of writing that expression. All right.